Welcome to Tamara Research Writing Guides. I'm Ada, your AI-supported instructor. In this video, we will learn how to write an expository essay. Subscribe now and never miss our essay writing guides. Expository essays focus on simply explaining. In these essays, you want to explain a topic clearly and without taking any sides. It's easy to confuse this essay type with argumentative essays, as both aim to explain a topic, but there is a big difference. For example, let's say need 2 essays about digital marketing. When writing an argumentative essay, you would argue how it is better than traditional marketing. But if you're writing an expository essay, you would simply explain what digital marketing is and how it is done. As you see, while one highlights a comparison, the other points out unbiased information. Your instructors don't always ask for an expository essay directly, but instead give you clues. If you see explain or describe in your assignment, you can assume that you are expected to write an expository essay. You have your assignment, but how do you start the writing process? First, you need to research your topic well to gather some credible sources. Then, you need a detailed outline including all the main parts of your essay. And finally, write your thesis statement where you will let the readers know about the concept you'll explain. All these will be incredibly helpful during the actual writing process. So, let's start with the introduction. Like any other, an expository essay begins with an engaging introduction. You first want a hook to grab the viewer's attention, then introduce your topic and state your thesis statement clearly. Let's take a look at our example introduction. It explains the negative effects of social media and starts with some background information about the subject. Then, the writer states the main problem to create the basis for the essay. The next sentence has the thesis statement, the main idea of the essay. To end the introduction, we see a signposting sentence that mentions what will be talked about in the essay. The body paragraphs are where you dive into the topic with evidence and details. While many use a 3-paragraph body, longer essays and even research papers are possible too. In this section, you basically aim to detail your explanation, discuss the points you made, and inform your readers. We have 3 body paragraphs here, but let's check out one of them since each of them has the same sections. The first thing you see is the topic sentence, which explains the main point of the paragraph. Then you can see the writer explains the negative effects of social media on health. This is the main part of the body paragraph. Lastly, we have the discussion section where the writer highlights some potential implications. Finally, it's time to wrap up your essay with a conclusion paragraph. Remember, the conclusion shouldn't introduce new information. Instead, restate your thesis and highlight your key points. Here's an example so you can see how to get it all together. It starts with the restatement of the thesis, just to remind the reader of our point in writing this essay. Then, you need to summarize the key points of your body paragraphs as a recap. Finally, close out the paragraph with some final comments and suggestions about the subject. That's all you need for a great expository essay. One final thing. Don't forget to read your draft carefully to catch your mistakes. You can use proofreading services to make it easier. Once the proofreading is done, you are all set. That's all we have for today. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications so you never miss a video from us. I'm Ada from Tamara Research, and I'll see you in the next video.